Hello and welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. The 707 Giggle Show. We're going to try very hard. We're a very serious spiritual talk show.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Hello.
Welcome, darlings, and we'll try and be grown-ups tonight, shall we? Okay, right. Tonight's topic is all about friendship. So, when you get three friends on a sofa like this trying to talk about serious spiritual matters, it kind of all just falls apart when we got together. So.
It doesn't become so serious
Yeah.
anymore.
And I promise you there's only water in the mugs. There's nothing else in our mugs. There's nothing to tickle the fancy here to make us giggle, I have to say. So, guys, you're co-hosts on a TV show. Yay!
Thank you, Moira, for having us.
Uh-huh.
We're very excited to be here.
So can we kind of redo this thing properly now? Hello and welcome to the 707 show. I'm your co-host, Moira Bush.
I'm Maria Coramilis.
And I'm Joanne Arjun.
Was that boring?
A little bit. We're trying.
Excellent. So, genuinely tonight we have got a show filled with lots of laughter and lots of friendships and lots of sharing.
Yes.
And you guys chose the topic.
Spiritual friendships.
Spiritual friendships, that's what it's going to be about. And we did a poll and we're going to talk about that. And we just want to communicate and ask you, the viewers, our friends that are tuning in, what your stories are, your experiences with spiritual friendships. We want to kind of communicate and say hello to everybody. So let's see who's tuned in, shall we?
Great.
Justin's in the house. Raymond, Dwayne.
Sarah.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Dwayne.
Goodness me, Janelle. Hello, Janelle.
Hi, That's my friend.
And a Mark Curvin
Mike.
has just joined. Hello. Okay.
Hi, Mark.
Did you think they missed the first bit where we're giggling our butts? Okay. Might not have.
Maybe not.
Okay, well, for those of you tuning into the 707 for the first time, this is a show that goes live on Tuesday nights at 7:07. And the idea behind it is to create a group. It is a Facebook group with a live broadcast on the Tuesday evening where we all come out of the spiritual closet, where we start talking about spiritual matters that we are maybe... Some of us are further down the line experiencing some of the spiritual things that are happening in our lives, and some people may be opening up to it. And we just hope by sharing our journey, our stories, and you, the viewers, join us and share your stories, we can help anybody else who is awakening and who is feeling maybe a little bit shy about coming out the closet. And especially tonight's topic is talking to your friends about your newfound sense of spirituality and awareness, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
Hi, Anne.
Anne's in the house. Anne was on last week's show with Stephanie.
Yes, they were fantastic.
Weren't they? They were
Very good.
beautiful.
They were great.
Yep.
We also had quite a few giggles, I have to say. They were fantastic. Shannon,
Hi,
and Colin watching together.
Hi, Colin.
Oh, they were the week previous, and they spoke about what it's like to be in a conscious couple relationship,
Yes.
conscious couples. Yeah,
They were
good.
such a great example.
yeah,
Lots of great
yeah.
tips from them.
Yeah, because when you become spiritual, sometimes you and your partner just can't gel, can't make it, and you split up, and that's the same with friendships. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So we did the usual thing here on the 707 show, and that is to create a poll. And we just want to mention here that if you want to participate in the group, you want to take part in the polls, you want your comments to appear and for us to engage with you, you do need to become a member. So join. And if you know of anybody who's having a spiritually tough time, who is inquisitive about anything to do with spirituality, invite them to join the group. Let's grow the group. I think we were about 1,400 or something already in the group. We've only been going for
That's amazing. Since
6
September.
weeks. Wait, have I?
Since the beginning of September, right?
Yeah, so that's pretty good. So we're getting a lot of following here, so that's really great. So we did a poll. What was the poll, girls? What did we do?
When you become spiritually aware and your friends don't understand you anymore, what do you do?
I have to tell you that the things that came up there was not what I thought was going to come up.
The first one was stay friends and provide a new perspective and support when you need it. Angie agreed with that. Angie Pie.
Yeah, she actually put that option in.
That was a good one.
That's why her name's up there. She added that. That wasn't part of the original poll.
Yes.
But what I did when I created the poll for us this afternoon was to leave it open that people could put their own stories in, because we want to hear what the members of the group are feeling. It's not always about our perspective of friendship, right?
Smart.
So she added that one in. And the second one?
Just carry on as you were. They will see their own light as you did. And Justin said that.
And Justin, he's actually on tonight as well. So, okay, so the two top results were not something that we thought we would ask them. It wasn't on our minds at all. In fact, the first one that we thought you might want to be ticking was try to convert them to your philosophy.
Yes, everybody tries to do that. Yes.
But I think what has happened, and then of course our darling producer Michael, he chose the one just above that: hide your new self and hope they don't find out that you become a bit weird.
I can first off say I try to do that.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a reason why that's not picked, because I think the group or the members that we're attracting to the 707 group and show right now, I think they're all kind of in the spirituality already. They've probably navigated those waters of friendship already. They're further down the line. They burnt their fingers. But I think when you first wake up and you're like, oh, I found Reiki, I found energy, and you run to your friends.
Of course, you always run to your girlfriends. It's like when you find a new makeup product. You just
sure.
got to convert them into trying it out. You find your sense of spirituality. I was like, yes, this is what I found. It helped me. It will help you. Just listen to me.
And did she come to you?
Oh, totally. And I was in the search for it as well. I asked God for a sign. I'm like, God, please just send me something. And then very next day, Joanne came and
she picked me up at the gas station.
She came for a visit at the Northern Cottage, I call it. And she was in the car. We were talking, and I'm like, I was looking for this. I'm like, okay, I'm all in. And she literally just said 2 sentences, and I was all about it. So
she was the easiest convert ever. I just opened my mouth, and she's like, what have you been doing? Because we hadn't seen each other for almost a year. And I was like, this, and I could barely finish. She's like, oh my God, I want to come. I want to try. I was like, oh, this was so easy.
Yeah.
So you were right on board with it.
I was, yes.
Okay, but it doesn't always work.
No, not at all.
I've had a lot of friends. Once I started delving into my spirituality and learning and growing, so many friendships where I didn't think friends would be interested. The ones that I thought wouldn't be interested were the ones that were interested the most. And the ones that I thought would be like clamming at the jaw's throat were the ones that were the most hesitant. And I really had to find my footing and try to be respectful.
Or maybe just pull back a bit.
Yeah.
So that's a good question for our viewers, is when you first encountered spirituality, did you have friends that resisted you, thought you were weird, kind of pushed you away? We kind of get a sense from our poll that they're further down the line now and they're more in tune with it, and we understand that. But
people that are new to the scene.
Right new.
Yeah.
What happened when you kind of woke up? Did you try and convert anybody?
I first-handedly tried to okay, this is going to help you. Please, just listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. But you know what? Towards, more and more people, I'm talking to more people, you start to realize you just have to respect people's wishes, their beliefs, and say whatever you can to help them. But when the wall goes up and you know that they stop listening, then that you got to respect that. So it's a big it's a big learning curve.
I've been finding my way with that and just trying to be an example. Just allowing my friends to see my growth, my evolution, and them come to me and ask, what are you doing? What's different? You're doing something different.
Are they doing that?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
My friend Janelle, that's on right now.
Oh, Janelle, yeah.
Hi, Sydney Blair. That's my goddaughter.
Catherine, I had a lot of people that wrote me off because they thought I was not being truthful. I think a term that was used was wannabe. Wow. Okay. Yeah,
hurtful.
Catherine, in the beginning, I think that definitely is. People do call us a little bit weird. And let's go back. Michael's giving us a couple of things. Yeah, what did Justin say underneath there? My mother thought I was weird. My dad sensed a big change in me, and my friends thought I was weird, trying to understand where I was coming from, and laughed. Yeah. So, and Justin, you're further down the line now. You've been on this path for a while, right? So, it must be a lot easier for you. But right in the beginning, yeah, it definitely is that people think you're weird. I think a lot of it is in our heads as well, because you just get that first rejection from somebody saying, "Hey, don't talk to me about that," or that's not something I want to talk about. That you feel that rejection, and you begin to either doubt this path you're on, or you begin to feel you're not accepted, and then you make a big thing in your head that nobody else is they're all gonna respond the same way.
Yeah. Yes. And you shut yourself off from even going forward and explaining it to people when they do ask, right?
What was the weirdest and wackiest thing that Joanne came and told you that you admitted? There must have been a moment where you thought she was getting really weird on you.
No. I guess I'm kind of wonky.
Okay, so
she's like,
she was easy.
Yeah, I really was. Yeah. So you know what? I embraced it 100% when she was talking to me about it. So
and the friends you have now,
the friends I have now are all on the same growing path with me, which is great, because once you're on that path and you start to surround yourself with people that are like-minded as you, it becomes easier to become or just be yourself and not have to hide from the world.
Yeah. I find for myself, my friends who weren't doing the work that I've been doing right now, they've been very supportive. They've loved seeing my growth and my change. I just make sure that I don't try to enforce it on them and say, well, if you take these steps, if you do it the way I did it, that it'll work for you and you'll have a happier life. Yeah. I just allow them to see where I'm at and what I'm doing. Yeah. So that can be an example.
You have a favorite quote about friendships that Oprah always talks about, because that, I think, sums up the whole energy.
Yes. I heard Moira. I'm looking
at
Oprah. You're my Oprah. I heard Oprah say this when I was a teenager from her mentor, Maya Angelou. And she said, everybody just wants to be heard. Validate them. I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. And that's always just touched a deep part of my heart. And I always try to make sure I listen and I hear what people are saying to me, especially your friendships, people that you're friends with, because if they don't feel heard and understood, where else are they going to get it from?
Yeah. Wow.
That's true.
So if that is a mantra you can live by for friendships, we want to hear a thumbs up or a hello or a heart or some kind of wonderful thing here. Shannon says, lots of laughter with these ladies, happy to be in their presence. Boom.
Yeah,
mic drop. You can see we're friends, right? It's a dead giveaway, right? No, seriously, we genuinely do not have wine in this. I have apple juice.
I have water.
Shannon, the feeling is mutual.
Okay, so if what I want to say here is let's feel into this. If there's somebody watching our show now, because this is about coming out the spiritual closet, and they want to know, they've just had a friend say to them, you this Reiki stuff you do is nonsense. Another thing that happens, and it has happened, is they come at you and say, you're now evil because, Jesus must save your soul. They throw a religious quote or religious indoctrination or belief at you. How do you think, how do you handle that?
For me, it's always just been about respect. Having respect for what their opinion is, and knowing that, letting them know that this is what I believe. And as long as you respect me and I respect you, that's the basis of where our friendship is going to start. And if you can't accept me and respect where I am and what I'm doing, then we can't be friends.
So you're okay to let them go?
Yeah.
You have to. All right. So
I'd have to learn to be okay to let them go. That's another process in its own.
Because then you're not being validated
Yes.
again, are you? Even though that rejection comes from a belief they have, you lose the validation
Yeah.
of what you do.
And especially if it's a friendship you've had for a long time. You base your friendship sometimes on the length that you've had it, the story, the history that you've been through. But I mean, if you come to your present day and you don't have the same beliefs and values anymore, what's left in your friendship?
What's the quality of that friendship, right? If it wasn't helping you in any way. If you were more in, in your shadow moment and not necessarily just always looking for approval and not getting the attention that you needed on the same
As you
level.
need it,
as you need it. It's not serving you any.
So I'm gonna throw another mix into this. I'm just sitting here thinking that one of the things I notice is, when students are on a workshop together and they on a mentoring program, they become friends. So you're suddenly making friends with people that are already spiritually open. So it's not somebody you have to convert or convince that your way of life, your spirituality is a good spirituality because they're doing the same stuff as you. But there comes a time when that blows up too. Have you had that happen?
Oh, yes.
And what happened and how do you handle that? Do you want to share some of that? Because I think this is very valid for anybody who's on long-term courses or mentoring programs and you form friendships and it's all rosy and we're all so excited, and then a couple of months down the line, boom.
Yeah, I've had that happen being in a spiritual group where we're just together. We're just always with each other, loving, talking, laughing. And then the next thing you know, people have left the group and you don't know why. And they're not necessarily ready to tell you. It's just being able to, for myself, I've reached out to certain people that have left the spiritual group that I'm in, just to let them know that I love them, I care for them, and I'm always here whenever they want somebody to speak to that. It doesn't necessarily have to be the basis of we're in this group and that's the only reason we're friends. We can have our friendship outside of the group.
Yeah. Everybody loves you. Nobody's left you, huh? We all love Maria.
What can I say?
Okay, let's have a look. Justin says you have to at some point let go of your belief. Yeah, I quite agree with that. Let's have a look if there's anything else. The universe, reasons, seasons, lifetimes. I love that. Catherine says, the universe and creator purge for us. That is how it happened with me. It was all organically done.
That's a good one, Catherine.
For a while, I was really battling with myself internally about certain friendships that I had. And, do I tell this person I don't want to be their friend anymore? What do I do? And you know what? I've just left it alone. And organically, like Catherine said, I was about to call her Blue. That's what happened, and I didn't have to worry about it, and it just worked out perfectly. Yeah.
I also think, if we look at that spiritual principle of everything is a reflection of you, and you only attract towards you the mirror of yourself, that you, in your friends, there's that valuable moment to learn from each other. So if they give you a hard time, or there's something you judge about them, you have in that spiritual community, in that spiritual friendship, that opportunity to, not try and put them right, but to put you right and say, okay, this person is. Have you two had that where you?
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Share. I'm listening. Audience is waiting.
I kind of hit her trigger button every now and then.
She does. She does a really good job.
And
I'm like, no, it didn't happen that way.
How do you handle it, Maria?
You know what? I argue. I deny. But you know what? After I deny, I stop and think. I'm like, okay, what is she trying to say to me here? What am I trying to listen? What am I trying to hear? And what am I trying to learn? So I'm all about, anytime she talks to me, this girl is saying something to me that I need to hear. So she's definitely helped me look at
And when
a lot
she
of
does
things.
something that you want to judge, or you go, oh God, I wish she wouldn't do that. Do you ever look at it and go, maybe that's me?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
There's always.
So she's very valuable in a way.
She's a great friend. I love this lady to bits.
We got a friend in me. This is why we're laughing. We were trying to come up with a friendship song impromptu.
We got our problems.
Yeah.
Well, I got my problems. She's got them too.
Toy Story. There we are.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for Joanne for just the value she's brought to our friendship.
Yeah, I think it's a precious commodity to have a friend that you can tell anything to, and that knows you and that won't judge you, because I think there's definitely a period of vulnerability in your spiritual development where you need a confidant. You need somebody, because you're still busy figuring out who you are and what your new set of values are, what your philosophy is. And you need somebody that's going to hold that space for you. And it's not always family, because, you know, when we go through the whole spiritual transformation, the family sometimes don't come along, or they take a back seat, and they're never, ever going to go there with you.
Yeah.
But to have a spiritual friend, I think is invaluable.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We've,
Let's have a look. Evan says, I've been asked why I'm so positive and what makes me that way. Answer, it's a choice. It's my choice. Evan, you know what? You're
That's
our best friend.
you're fabulous,
Evan
We
and his
adore
wife
you.
Karen are coming to the Christmas party.
That's
Woohoo!
I can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah, the color team, the spiritual team, all of us that are together.
Carry it
Love
through
Yeah.
into the Christmas
Excellent.
season.
And the TV show families, we're all getting together for a Christmas party, so that's fantastic. Catherine has put something else down.
When our frequencies begin to speed up just before we shift, this is when we see people either leaving or coming in.
Yeah, would you
Yeah.
agree?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Janelle.
I've always believed that you attract who you are, both positive or negative. You have to
Check yourself.
check yourself.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what we were saying earlier, Janelle, is that you know, your energy attracts the matching energy towards you, and you've got to be on the alert, because if you're attracting somebody, yay, Christmas party. Thanks, Shannon. Yay, Christmas party. Did you went at our last one? Were you there?
I wasn't,
You
no.
weren't there. Okay, you were there.
I was
did
there.
you see? Did you see the shoes that Shannon
The
wore?
phenomenal shoes that Shannon
Shannon wore
walked in all night. God
phenomenal-
bless her.
Phenomenal shoes, and she definitely was making tall friends that night. We can't wait for this party to see. We're off topic now completely, but we're on to shoes. We're women, so excuse
Oh.
us.
I was looking up at very, very highly at her in envy.
We always look up at you, Shannon.
There's a friend of yours on Jenny.
Yeah, that's my best friend.
There we go. Your besties on. What does she say about you, darling?
She calls me Joannie.
Oh, Joanne.
She's like, Joannie, I love your high vibration. Such a joy to see you grow spiritually.
Oh, wonderful.
That's a good one.
Oh, I've met Jenny. She's a lovely girl. That's lovely. I wish I could make it to the party. Miss Catherine?
Blue?
You gotta
Not
make
coming?
it.
No, she's not coming. She's got other things on. Oh, it's very sad. We're going to miss you, darling. So, okay. So what we really want to finish off our show with is just give, what did we get out of tonight? Did we get anything out besides giggling?
No.
Seriously, viewers, this is a serious spiritual talk show.
We are. No, we're serious. Yeah. No, you know what?
Yeah.
It's all about just remembering you always have friends that love you and just being yourself, but not hiding from the world. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there, but you got to respect other people's views.
And when you get a bump in the road, it's okay to say goodbye.
Yeah.
It's okay to let go. That's what I get out of this. It's okay to say I'm off, and yeah.
I had one of those this weekend, so that was a big
Aw.
eye-opener for me.
Oh,
But it validated what I was feeling and thinking.
yeah.
So yeah, that was a really good note for me to see my spirituality and my growth and trusting my heartfelt instincts. So I knew it was time to let go of that friendship, and I'm okay with that. It feels good. Yeah.
Wonderful. Evan says, Colin is very correct. He is a lucky man. Look at these boys talking to each other over there. Colin and Evan. We love them. Right. So you guys going to come back?
Of course.
We're going to carry on this conversation in season 2 in 2019.
Yes,
That'll be
yes,
good.
yes.
Yeah, we're going to do it again.
Why not?
All right. If you love the show, and we did a lot of giggling tonight, but that's really what friendship is about, is being able to relax, to laugh, enjoy each other's company, to not be afraid to just say what you want to say, but also just to connect with our friends in this group, the 707 Facebook group, and to let you know that we really do have some serious spiritual chats. Tonight was was interesting.
What can I say? I bring out the giggles in
She
everybody.
does. She always brings up the giggles. She's light.
Well, Joanne hasn't started hiccuping yet. 'Cause normally she starts hiccuping, so we're being good tonight.
Friendship is about not judging.
Yeah. But
Right?
we actually want to extend our friendship. The three of us, we want to extend our friendship, and all the other co-hosts that have been on the 707 show. We want to extend our friendship to you. This forum, the 707 show and the group, is there to help you be validated that you are a divine, precious human being, that we love you, we adore you, and if there's anything you ever want to talk about, and if you ever need a friend, we are here. You simply need to ask. All right? It's that simple. Is that good?
Indeed.
We're going to have like thousands of new friends now, hey?
Yeah.
All right, I can deal with that.
You can do that.
Sharing is caring, everybody. Come on.
Excellent.
The hiccups.
So Dwayne said we'll be more serious next week. All right, so that brings
Yes,
us to next
Dwayne,
week.
more
We've got
serious.
Dwayne Richards.
Yes.
Oh, Dwayne is awesome.
Wonderful Dwayne.
I
We
look
love
forward to
him.
seeing
Those
him.
little blue eyes. Oh,
The smile.
That
Yep.
smile. Yeah, we love Dwayne. So we're going to have Dwayne next week, something more serious. But yeah, so next week, Dwayne Richards is going to be on the show. He's a CPA financial advisor who also brings spiritual principles into the work he does with people, with his clients. He's inventing a new analytical system to help you bring your spiritual and your financial wealth creation into one package.
Yeah.
He's really awesome. He's really been working on that for a few months now, doing a
Yes.
lot of research. You've had some
I've
experience.
worked with him, and his advice has been fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Really enjoyed
He's
it.
great.
So we're going to have Dwayne Richards next week, and he's going to talk about the spiritual energy of money. I don't think we'll be giggling. I think we'll be going, oh, what's our money?
We'll be crying. No, and happiness.
So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Moira.
You enjoyed?
We loved
Yes.
it.
We enjoyed your company. Thank you so much. We want to say thank you to Michael, the producer, and we will see you next week at Tuesday, 7:07 p.m. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye, guys.